Hey radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.
The modern day Mr. Rogers.
Please won't you be my neighbor?
This is Ace and Friends.
Fun, funny, and fast. It's the Tuesday edition of Ace and Friends. Happy National Corn Day, everybody.
Corn Day.
Yeah.
I love corn. I like corn.
I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. I apologize. It is National Corn on the Cob Day.
The best kind of corn.
Corn on the cob, the 10th most popular American dish. Mashed potatoes, number one, followed by fries and burgers at 2 and 3. It is National Corn Day. So we got, I didn't know this, mashed potatoes, an 86% approval rating amongst Americans.
Love them.
French fries, also 86%. Hamburgers, 85%. Cheeseburgers, 83%, because you got to make that distinction. Grilled cheese at 5 with 82%. Steak and baked potato. Steak and baked potato, 82%. Hash browns, 82%. Although, I saw a commercial last night for, was it Denny's or IHOP or something like that? I'm not sure. And I made a comment to my wife, Amanda. I was like, those hash browns look amazing. Only kind of good hash browns. McDonald's hash browns, those kinds suck. I'm like,
McDonald's hash browns?
slow down a minute.
Oh. No, I'm going to have to fight her over that.
All hash browns are
McDonald's
good.
hash-
Yeah, she hates McDonald's hash browns.
That's a first. I've never heard anybody be like,
She
that
also
is not
doesn't
good.
really like tater tots. And I'm like, it's still this, like, what? I don't get it.
You got to get rid of her. I don't know what else to tell you.
But
No tater
but, you know,
tots?
IHOP hash browns, Denny's hash browns, hash browns are hash browns. They're all delicious.
Please.
But yeah, she's not a fan of the McDonald's hash browns, which I love. Fried chicken is at number 8. Our favorite American dishes. Steak and fries is at number 9. So steak is at number 6. Steak and baked potato is number 6. Steak and fries at number 9. And 10 is corn on the cob.
Out of all those things on the list, the one thing I could go another day without, grilled cheese. If I never had another grilled cheese,
Yeah,
I'd be
okay.
fine.
If I had to get rid of something on that list, it would be grilled cheese.
Me too.
Grilled cheese.
It would either be grilled cheese or corn on the cob.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
only
love
because corn on the cob is just such a hassle after you finish it.
Does that mean so if you don't take corn on the cob, you can't eat corn? Period. Because I don't like it on the cob.
No, I would say you just couldn't eat corn on the cob, but I love corn on the cob. Put some
corn on the cob can be the one that goes for me.
Yeah, you put some hot spice like some Tony Chachere's or something on that, and soak it in some butter and put it on the grill. Wrap it in some tinfoil and put it on the grill. Ooh.
I remember going to a friend's house and they had those corn cob holders that you stick in the ends of it, and I thought we didn't have those.
Oh, yeah. My mom had those as a kid, and she even had little corn on the cob glass plates that you would sit out.
Yeah,
so
that
your corn on the
sits in
cob would
there.
sit in its
Yeah,
own
yeah.
little fancy.
Oh man.
I don't eat much corn on the cob, but I do have some Wolverine claws that I use that are used for corn stickers.
Rob, we're on the air.
They're real cool.
This is Ace and Friends.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Ace and Friends.
You ever find yourself in a situation where you just realize, maybe you see one thing, you're like, that's the last I want to see of that. I go to the gym a lot, and I guess that's why and my wife is a trainer, so I guess that's why I get a lot of gym clothing that pops up in my social media feed.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And this morning there was a thing that said it was a woman wearing a t-shirt, and the letters were all abbreviated, but it said like LFT HVY SHT. You know, lift, heavy.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I've realized something I'm tired of. I'm tired of the demonstrative gym t-shirt, the demonstrative lift t-shirt. I don't know what it's even all about, but maybe I don't know why it bothers me. But the lions, not sheep, lift heavy, shut your mouth, nobody can. Why don't you just put on a T-shirt and go to the gym?
Yeah, wow. The gym has become their whole personality.
Yeah, it's like I get it. Just come work out. I get you're huge. I get it. You're burning it out here. Nobody cares. Work harder. Got it. Well, maybe somebody cares. I don't know. It just seems it's just a lot of raw. I'm so big and bad.
Yeah. Slow down.
Maybe if I were big and bad, I would feel more demonstrative about it. I think I would feel less.
Yeah. We know you. Yeah. If you're huge, it's like, yeah, we know you go to the gym. You don't need to.
And good for you. I'm all for it. I think it's it's spectacular. Not my thing in the gym.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to stay fit because I'm old.
Yeah. You do look fit. I saw a video of you the other day. I thought, wow, he looks really nice and thin.
Oh, thank you. I got a couple pictures from the beach if you want to see them.
I don't.
Show off.
No, I'm okay on that. But yeah, you did look nice and thin.
Thank you. I did have a scenario where I had Dax on my shoulders and Amanda took a picture and she goes, "You should post that picture." I said, "Amanda, it's different for guys. A guy just posting a picture of himself shirtless. It's not, it's not like women can post those things all day. Well, proud of my gains or whatever. Which is totally fine. My wife posted a picture today on her social media and again, she's a trainer, and it was talking about how she was proud of her gains. She's worked hard. Our baby will be a year old next week. She's in phenomenal shape right now. It's crazy. But I was like, I'm not going. It's just weird for me to post that. Yeah,
that's more of a story. Like post it on your story instead of on the feed.
But even that, I just thought it would be weird to post. Oh, here's a picture of me shirtless. Ooh.
But it was because the baby was in it, right?
You could say that, but really her point was, you look good in this picture, you should post it. And I was like, I'm not sure that's really what I need to be doing.
I think you can
kind of weird.
You can feign that it's because of the baby. You're like, check out my baby, but also check out my six-pack.
Yeah, but I know in my heart that's not why it would be posted.
Well, you didn't have to tell nobody. Now if you did it, they'll know.
If she wanted to post it, I would, that's her business.
Yeah.
But she didn't. So I don't know what that says.
I think we all know what it says.
This is Ace and Friends.
We're here with Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. And Richard, not just mortgages, not just home sales. Now you're helping people with home improvements.
Yeah, that's right. So if you want a backyard that you've always dreamed of, or you need siding, windows, whatever you need, give us a call. Check it out.
You've got the money in your home. Richard just helps you find it. Finds the best way for you to do it. It's very simple. All you have to do is start by going to homewithrichard.com. It's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Ace and Friends.
There's a woman who has a conspiracy theory about musicians. See if you think that she's onto something here.
Say something, and I know people are going to come for me, but I have to say it. Do we feel like touring musicians these days are like stopping the show a lot to make sure fans are okay? And like maybe they're doing it a little too much. Like maybe people are just doing it for attention now. Like it's become a trope, like a way to get like news articles written about you, and it's like not genuine and the people are fine. Do we feel that way?
No, we don't. Do we feel that way?
I feel that way now, maybe.
I know. I never even considered that.
Right, so here's
but
what
it
I've
has
seen
been happening a lot.
Justin Timberlake, there was a video of him circulating. He stopped his show the other night to get someone out of the crowd, and I forgot who. I think
Zach Brown.
Zach Brown has done it. That was a good one.
Miranda Lambert.
Yep. I'd forgotten about that one.
Taylor Swift has just had one yesterday or the day before.
But here's why I don't think that's the case. Because I think in light of what happened with Travis Scott, the rapper, at his Astroworld tour, where people died and they seemed not interested and non-responsive, people are even more cautious now. There are a lot of people who've done it through the years several times. I know Dave Grohl of the Foo Fighters has stopped several times he stopped shows before. But I think people are hypersensitive to it because they see how badly that can turn out, and B, they don't want any chance of anything bad happening where it could be said they didn't react in a humane way. Because the heat that came down on Travis Scott after that, and now they're still embroiled in a ton of lawsuits on it. has been really difficult to
That
deal
makes
with.
a lot of sense too.
So I think anything that appears to be problematic, they instantly say, hey, stop the show. We're going to get somebody some help down here, because they don't want to take any chances. And I totally understand that.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
I do believe that Taylor Swift was maybe that way, but I think Justin Timberlake's trying to pull a fast one.
Get a little press. Yeah.
Well, you know what?
JT.
I see those videos on TikTok and all of his shows, and they appear to be sold out. They appear to be packed to the rafters. So it's not as if he's having trouble selling tickets, it doesn't seem.
Well, that's contrary to the news reports that I have seen.
Yeah, they do say that a lot. He's having trouble selling the tickets.
And he may be. I just don't think that. I think that it's more they're just, people are hypersensitive about it now. You can't be too cautious after what happened at the big asteroid tour. That was what, 3-4 years ago now?
Yeah.
Something like that.
It was bad.
I think people are just really cautious.
Well, most people, I think you're probably being right, but I don't like Justin Timberlake anymore. So.
Why do you not like Justin Timberlake?
He's the whole reason we haven't had an NSYNC reunion, and it's because he thinks he's too damn good for everybody else.
That is a quality reason you've got there, Rob. I just think he's being a little bit cautious these days.
We came here to have a good time. This is Ace and Friends.
Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and Richard is going to help you get out of credit card debt. And when he pulls your information, it will not your credit.
That's right.
Ding, it won't ding
yeah,
your credit.
no dinging, no dinging of the credit. We're going to find out and see what we can do for you, so you don't have to be bombarded by having a negative effect on your credit.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's a lot easier than you think. It all starts by going to homewithrichard.com, and they take care of the rest. It's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group.
Ace and Friends presents
I'm about to have a good day.
the good news.
Did y'all know anybody who went all the way through school, never missing a day? It's amazingly difficult.
No, I definitely did not.
I knew one girl that we graduated high school. She never missed a day of school. From kindergarten all the way through her last day of high school, she never missed a day. She had perfect attendance every single year, which is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
She never got sick. Parents never had to go anywhere. Never had anything bad happen where they had to take off a day early for something. It's crazy.
You know, I wouldn't even know though because I missed so many days.
Why did you miss a lot of school, Rob?
Because I didn't want to go. I pretended to be sick a lot.
And your parents were pretty easy as pushovers?
Well,
oh, yeah, because there was a big age gap by the time
yeah,
they got
I was
to you.
the third child, so they're like, all right, fine. Just
Right. Yeah, and you were 12 years younger than your sister, right?
13.
13.
Yeah.
Okay. So they were like, look, he wants to stay. We don't. Chestnut. He just graduated high school with perfect attendance. He never missed a day of school from kindergarten all the way through the 12th grade.
What a fabulous name.
Wyatt
That is-
Chestnut.
Wyatt Chestnut
he's
from
not gonna
West
be a-
Virginia?
And he's committed to the Air National Guard.
Oh,
He's headed off to college to study criminal justice and biology. Wyatt Chestnut wants to be a federal game warden someday. He has the perfect name to be a game warden.
That is incredible.
Wyatt Chestnut, game warden.
Wyatt Chestnut, the game warden. I mean, that
it-
couldn't write itself
It
better.
is spectacular.
Well, good for him.
He never missed a day of school.
Nice job, Mr. and Mrs. Chestnut.
I missed weeks of school from time to time.
Sure, yeah.
Or a week here, get sick. I had asthma a lot, get real sick. It's chicken pox. Mm-hmm. That kind of stuff. You had to miss a bunch of days when you had the chicken
It
pox.
happens.
And the 15-year-old girl that was attacked by a shark on the Florida Panhandle Friday was very lucky because turns out several nurses and 2 doctors all happened to be vacationing on the beach. None of them knew each other. I think a couple of the nurses were together, but there were like 3 or 4 different nurses, 2 different doctors. None of them were affiliated with each other. But one of the doctors' names was Muhammad Ali. Spelled differently, though, than Muhammad Ali, the boxer.
Okay. Still.
Yeah. He and the other doctor tied tourniquets to the girl's hand and leg, and they say it's evident they saved her life.
Wow. That's scary.
Yeah. Just because, thank God they were there. They knew what to do, use the tourniquets to stop the blood flow or at least restrict the blood flow, and ended up saving her life. Unbelievable. That's why it's part of the good news.
Coming up on Ace and Friends.
An important note for men. going to the doctor, and it's kind of harsh. It's hurtful. Next.
Follow Ace and Friends on all social media platforms at Ace Cannon Media. More Ace and Friends coming up.
So our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies, is here, and he has helped us so many times through the years. And when it comes to mortgages, he's going to get you the best deal.
That's right. We are the best deal. And if you're under contract to buy a house, you should check us out. I mean, you're not going to. They never do. but we're the best deal.
But feel free, you should, and because we've used him for years for a variety of different things. Whatever you're needing, go to homewithrichard.com to get the process started, and they can take care of you from there. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
This is Ace and Friends.
What's about to take place, honestly, could be hurtful to some men in the Ace and Friends family. This is a TikTok that's going viral of a lady who works at a doctor's office. Now, I'm going to stop this just a couple of seconds in and point out a real problem with this video, and then we'll get to her message, which is actually pretty fun and pretty interesting. So here we go.
All right. I didn't think I would have to make this video.
All right, let me stop you right there, because she says, I didn't think I would have to make this video. She's looking at the camera, and that pause you heard at the end, you heard her crinkling some paper. I didn't think I was going to have to make this video. Paper crinkle. She didn't put the food in her mouth. If you are about to make the video, don't put food in your mouth, because listen to the next part of this.
But let me say this to the ladies out there.
Yeah.
If you're going to send your husband to the doctor by himself, please let your husbands know that the ladies in the doctor's office do not find them attractive or as interesting as you do. Okay? When they get here, only thing they need to do is check in, sit down, and be quiet and wait for their name to be called. I don't care about the joke of the day. I don't care about what you bought your wife for her anniversary. I don't care about none of that. The only thing we ladies in the doctor's office is concerned about is what's going on with their prostate.
I think that's more of an old man thing.
It skews older than it does younger, for
But
sure.
also, perhaps, ma'am, he's nervous.
Yeah.
He's there for something that's not good. And believe you me, if you're worried about his prostate, he is 10 times more worried about his prostate.
Mm-hmm.
And perhaps he's just a little uneasy, and he's just trying to get a laugh or relax a minute, do something to make himself feel slightly more comfortable in an extremely uncomfortable scenario.
Yeah. But I also understand the male urge to, when you walk into a place and it's all women working, doesn't it just kind of, you
Yeah.
just kind of want to put on your best face and you have a chance to impress? I get the urge to do it.
It's not even being flirtatious as much as it is just like, oh, here's some ladies I get to impress.
Exactly.
The dynamic in our studio is very different if a woman is in the room.
Absolutely.
I don't know what that is. I do know what that is. That's life. A couple of men, one woman, one guy, and a couple of women. The guy just wants to be impressive and just wants to make them laugh or have them think he's cute or something like that.
Exactly.
He can't help that.
It's in our DNA. It's
Yeah. And plus, you're talking to me with food in your mouth that you put in there knowing you were about to make a video.
You're caught up on the food thing.
I really was very caught up in that. It really bothers me.
This is Ace and Friends.
It's been a debate here for years.
Does great furniture look good?
Or does it feel good?
Does it fit the style of the room good?
Or does it sit good?
Well, after years of debate,
And years of research.
we've decided great furniture
Is good fitting?
and good sitting.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and get an Adirondack chair for just $279. In stock and ready to rock only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Ace and Friends.
I love like fun facts, today in history, that kind of stuff. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So today in history, I find kind of interesting. 282 years ago today, 1742, Benjamin Franklin invented the stove.
He did the stove too?
Yeah, that's what I said this morning. I remember out loud. Like, damn, he did the stove too?
Benjamin Franklin was hustling. Like, I mean, you want to feel like crap. Benjamin Franklin created everything.
And in a time when men normally only live to be like 40 years old or 45, whatever, I think he was in his 80s when he died.
Man, he did the stove.
Yeah, 61 years ago today. This is one of those things that still blows my mind. 61 years ago today, 1963, June 11th, Alabama's Governor George Wallace blocked the front of the door to an auditorium at the University of Alabama to try to keep its 2 black students from being able to get inside and register. He's the governor of the state of Alabama. It's wild. You've seen that footage a million times. It's included in Forrest Gump, among other movies. The National Guard, President John F. Kennedy had the National Guard move the governor, and Vivian and Malone and James Hood were allowed inside and they registered. This is who George Wallace, the governor of the state of Alabama, that's who Skinner is referring to in Sweet Home Alabama when they say in Birmingham they love the governor. And and if people don't listen to the next line of the song, they think they're praising George Wallace. But the next line of the song is, the line goes, in Birmingham they love the governor, boo, boo, boo. We all did what we could do, meaning they tried to vote him out of office.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, that happened on this day. E.T. the Extraterrestrial was released on this day in 1982. Ferris Bueller's Day Off in 1986. In 1996, Rob, you might remember this. Garth Brooks, at the height of his power and fame, made a surprise appearance at Fanfare in Nashville and signed autographs for 23 hours straight.
Good Lord.
First off, that's impressive. Secondly, do you know how many people must have been in line to get Garth Brooks' autograph? He signed autographs for 23 hours straight. And it was 22 years ago today, 2002, the very first season of American Idol premiered. So I had a hunch.
Oh, wow.
I looked this up today. The first episode of American Idol ever that aired on TV, Fox, had 9.8 million viewers. The finale, I think it was 23.7 million.
Wow.
That's how fast that show got big in that one summer.
Was that the biggest season of American Idol, the first one?
It was, I think like the 3rd or 4th season was actually the biggest one. It just kept getting bigger because the second season was bigger than the first, that whole deal. That's why it was a summer show. Then we're like, well, let's do this again. We're going to do this in the fall. We're going to do it in the spring. We're going to put it on at a better time.
I remember Kelly and I remember Ruben. Who the hell was the 4th winner? Was that like a Carrie Underwood or somebody?
Could have been that old, the dude that looked like an old man.
Taylor Hicks?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He was the 3rd or 4th winner. Carrie Underwood was the other one.
Was Fantasia one of those as well?
I thought she was 5th.
Oh,
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Season 1, Ryan Seacrest and
Brian Dunkelman.
Brian
Dunkelman. Yeah, that's
Dunk.
right.
He's like, I'm going to pursue some other opportunities.
Ooh. Bad call, Brian. Bad call.
We came here to have a good time. This is Ace and Friends.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.
Ace and Friends.
Ace and Friends.
Hey, let me do that over. Sorry.
Ace and Friends.
So Rob has gone and looked it up. The American Idol winners. American Idol premiered on this day 22 years ago, 2002. 9.8 million people watched the very first episode. By the end of that first season, it was 23.7 million or 24.7 million watched the season finale. Then it kept getting bigger for a couple of years. Kelly Clarkson beat Justin Guarini to win the first one.
Yep.
And who was second was Ruben Studdard?
Ruben beat Clay Aiken.
Yeah, the Velvet Sweaty Bear, Ruben Studdard.
And then Fantasia Barrino beat Diana DeGarmo.
Okay, so Fantasia was third. Okay, I thought she was fifth for some reason. So then Taylor Hicks, then Carrie Underwood?
Carrie Underwood was next, and she beat Bo Bice.
That was a good season there. Bo Bice could wail, boy.
And then Taylor Hicks beat Catherine McPhee.
Yeah.
So those first five were, I mean, Taylor Hicks is the only one on that list that I don't think is that great, but
even with that, Justin Guarini still does those Dr. Pepper commercials. He's still around after the first season. Clay Aiken had a pretty good run. He had some hits, and he had a nice run, and then he's gone on to do other things now.
I honestly don't remember Diana DeGarmo, so I can't really talk about
I remember the name. I don't remember who she was.
Then Bo Bice was great.
Bo Bice didn't really have success on the charts.
No, but he was awesome.
But I thought he was fantastic. And then Taylor Hicks beat Catherine McPhee, who went on to have pretty monstrous success. And then she married David Foster.
Yeah, she tours with him now.
Some other notables that have won are Jordan Sparks. She was the very next season.
Right.
Yeah, I remember her.
Yeah.
Scotty McCreery is the next name that I recognize here. Oh no, and then Philip Phillips. I remember him too.
Yeah.
Philip Phillips, he might, yeah.
Scotty McCreery has put together a really successful country career.
Yeah, people love him.
He's had a nice career. And it's shocking. I think he's been around like 15 years or so. He popped up on something a while back and it said he was about to put out whatever album in his 15-year career. And I was like, whoa, it's been 15 years?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
There's so many on here that I'm just like, who in the hell is this?
Yeah, there's a certain point where where everybody seems to kind of checked out. And it's a lot like The Voice now.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cares who wins or loses. They're watching for the judges and the show. Mm-hmm. So as successful as it is, it's not generating hit makers anymore, I don't think.
Well, Reba's on there. Come on now. You got to love The Voice.
Yeah, that's what I mean. People like The Voice more for the judges and the story than who wins. Nobody really cares. They're like, oh, he won. That's great.
Oh, and Dan and Shay have that double chair that they sit in now. Come on. That's so cool.
I didn't know that. Dan and Shay have a double chair.
Yeah,
that's kind of lame.
Yeah, a little bit.
Isn't it?
A little bit. I think so.
I didn't know that. So Dan and Shay sit in the same chair?
Yeah, so they're basically an entity that they judge.
Right.
They're one coach, as it were.
It's like putting you and TJ on stool, like the same stool. Like, can we get two chairs?
Follow Ace and Friends on all social media platforms at Ace Cannon Media. More Ace and Friends coming up.
We're here with Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. And Richard, not just mortgages, not just home sales. Now you're helping people with home improvements.
Yeah, that's right. So if you want a backyard that you've always dreamed of, or you need siding, windows, whatever you need, give us a call. Check it out.
You've got the money in your home. Richard just helps you find it. Finds the best way for you to do it. It's very simple. All you have to do is start by going to homewithrichard.com. It's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Ace and Friends.
I'm not a fan of the driverless car because I think driving a car is one of the joys in life.
Yeah.
But Riggins, you're okay with it.
I could be persuaded to get in one.
Uber pulls up and it's driverless. You okay with that?
Yeah, I think so.
Not sure I am. Makes me nervous.
Yeah, I understand that as well.
All right, Rob, driverless car?
No.
Okay.
Certainly not.
Here's a lady, though, who's found an advantage to the driverless car.
Listen, y'all can be scared of driverless vehicles, but I'm currently coming home from my boyfriend's house in my Barbie pajamas with my purse and girly pop shoes from the day before, clothes from the day before next to me, and no driver to judge me for doing it. And I can make a TikTok about it.
I think that's a great advantage of the driverless car.
It has removed a lot of the shame.
Yes.
in the walk/ride of shame.
Yeah, no more walk of shame. It's private ride back to your place.
Especially if you have a garage at your home. All you've really got to do is get to the car.
Yeah.
And you're okay.
I think it's great.
You don't have to ride home with a friend you called being ridiculed the entire time.
Exactly.
You don't have to just, if you have a garage, you're inside before you ever have to get out. Nobody ever knows.
I love a funny walk of shame outfit, like the mismatched, goofy hair,
male or female.
Oh yeah, I think it's hysterical.
Some guy coming out of an apartment building and he's got his shoes in his hand.
Yeah. Girls, same thing, holding their heels, and they've got like the glittery dress on, and you go, oh no, that can't be fun.
Yeah, it's more funny to me when a woman does it because they typically are more dressed up.
Yeah.
That's what makes it really funny. But if you see a guy and he's got like shoes in his hand and he's wearing a suit at 8:30 in the morning, but his jacket is like thrown over his arm and trying to cover up his shoes, like that guy's making a walk of shame right now.
The walk of shame is so funny.
It's terrible. You know what though? I haven't had to do anything like that in so long. Yeah. But it's. I remember that feeling. I just want to get home.
Yeah, and you're also maybe a little hungover.
Yeah, I just want to get home and lay down. What am I doing?
You're like, where am I? What part of town am I in? Yeah, you go through all that stuff like, oh God, who's going to be at home when I get home? And then you prepare for the onslaught of questions like, where the hell were you?
Yeah, one of my favorite radio stories ever. Guy that I knew was working overnights, and the morning show DJ didn't show up. And about 15 minutes after the show was supposed to start, the hotline rang in the studio. And the overnight guy who was still there late answered it, and he just heard the voice and go, "Hey man, trace this call and tell me where the hell I am." And that was the morning show guy calling. Let him know I'm gonna be a little late.
This is Ace and Friends.
Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and Richard is going to help you get out of credit card debt. And when he pulls your information, it will not your credit.
That's right.
Ding, it won't ding
yeah,
your credit.
no dinging, no dinging of the credit. We're going to find out and see what we can do for you, so you don't have to be bombarded by having a negative effect on your credit.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's a lot easier than you think. It all starts by going to homewithrichard.com, and they take care of the rest. It's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies. Meal delivery services are a big thing right now, but Table and Twine is your local meal delivery service. The meals are fresh, not frozen like national chains. Plus, their meals start at just $7.99 a serving. Take back that time in your day, leave the shopping, preparation, and cooking to Table and Twine. Get details at tableandtwine.com. That's tableandtwine.com.
This is Ace and Friends.
I made a joke earlier today about counting down to July 4th weekend. Is it too soon to start counting down to that?
Well, I think that's the next holiday, right?
Yeah. I mean, how far out do you have to be? I'll give you an example. In my household, all of the focus right now is on Dax's first birthday. He turns a year old next weekend, the 23rd. So we are counting down to his first birthday. Mm-hmm. Now, I am aware that in my household, I've already been made aware by my wife, she is going to be a basket case of emotions.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's sad, crying. It's going to be a whole very emotional day for her, she says. I think it'd be awesome.
I never heard of that.
1 gets to 2, like it's part of it. It's part of the deal. I've never been emotional over my kids' birthdays like that. 18 is kind of a big one. 21 is the big one that I get emotional about. And then you get like, oh, you're 13. You get excited for them.
Yeah.
But I was more emotional for 21 for my daughter and especially for my son Kay, because we went to Chicago to the Cubs game, and I had dreamed of that day like since he was born. Mm-hmm. It was picture perfect. It was beautiful. But I've always just more excited for their birthdays than being, I think she's almost going to be depressed that he's a year old now.
So
really?
She's not a little baby anymore.
I shouldn't send the Kenny Chesney song "Don't Blink" to her that day.
Not on that day, Rob. Probably not a good idea. But I was thinking then after that, July 4th is the next big weekend. Are y'all counting down to anything in life? Is there anything going on that you're excited about that you're counting down to?
Vacation. That might.
That's the week after
even after July 4th for that.
Yeah.
Like, how close do you have to be to something to start counting down?
Is July 4th in the middle of the week this time?
Yes, it is. I think it's like on a Tuesday or something.
So what good does that do us? We got to be at work the next day or the day after or whatever? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Sucks.
Kind of how it goes.
Wow.
She's going to party on the 3rd, baby.
I guess.
You
try to go to sleep. With what we do, everybody goes to bed early, and you try to go to sleep, and the whole world is being bombed with fireworks outside.
My neighborhood is going to keep me up.
Mine too, because about 300 yards, 250 yards down the road from me is where they have one of the largest fireworks displays in our town. And thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people fill the parking lots for this fireworks display that doesn't start until dark, which has happened about, 9 o'clock? It'll be after 9 before the fireworks go off on July 4th.
Ugh.
And this is the first time in years we're going to have to work the next day.
No, we should just take the 5th too, man. It's Thursday, Friday.
Oh, is it? Oh, so July
on a
4th is a Thursday?
Yeah.
We'll work
Oh. Yeah, we'll look closely at that.
It's just changed, didn't it?
Yeah.
We came here to have a good time. This is Ace and Friends.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin. If you want all of the heating, air, and electrical work in your house done by the very best, then you need Bradham Brothers. They've been a family business thriving for over 50 years, and that means they're doing something right. Go to Bradham Brothers.
Ace and Friends.
There was a list out yesterday of celebrity crushes. Celebrity crushes for men that men have. Mine, when I was in high school, Christy Brinkley was high on my list of celebrity crushes. Riggins, yours was?
Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Yes. And Rob, you told us yours. It was?
Danielle Fishel, the one who did
Topanga.
Topanga, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Do you have who's your celebrity crush now?
Megan Fox. Still.
Still Megan Fox?
I think so.
Yeah. Do you have one, Rob?
I'm trying to think. No, I don't think I know one off the top of my head. No.
You don't have one off the top of your head?
No, I can't think. I'm sure there's somebody like if I was my memory was jogged.
I think like Scarlett Johansson is one of mine.
She's pretty, but she's always been pretty. So that's not like one I'm sitting here thinking about.
Okay, let's do it this way. Let me change the game. That this is what I was building to the whole time. Who is your not a celebrity crush?
I don't know very many people, to be honest with you.
I mean, is it somebody you've seen on social media, somebody that follows you, you follow them, whatever, somebody you know, friend of a relative, somebody in your neighborhood?
I do have one of those, but I'm afraid. I'll tell you, her name starts with a J.
You don't have to tell us her name.
Yeah, somebody I follow on Instagram. She lives in the city.
Yeah.
And she's as cute as they come.
How did you come to follow her?
I think she followed me. And I was like, oh, she's like single girl, dog.
Yeah.
And she's not single anymore. Oh. But yeah. And I followed her for years. I'm like, God, I've been following her from afar.
And never,
No, I mean, we kind of interact in comments and stuff like that. But when I first started following her, I was dating somebody. And so, yeah.
Missed opportunity.
It kind of, yeah, it absolutely was. But I still just think she's adorable. Oh, she's so cute and sexy.
Do you have one, Rob?
No, not that I can think of off the top of my head, no.
So you don't have a celebrity crush or a not-celebrity crush?
I'm too busy playing card games, man. Ain't got time. Ain't got time for crushes.
Huh.
Who is your non-celebrity crush, Ace?
That's information I'll need to withhold.
Are you kidding? You're a loser.
You should have made him go first.
Yeah.
You can't tell us who your non-celebrity crush is?
No, it's probably... there are a couple of people that follow me on Instagram that I think are...
You are such a turd.
I gotta. It's easy for you to say you don't have a wife, so he'll be listening.
Your
to
wife
this.
would be upset that you said you've got a crush on somebody who's not even famous. Would she?
I think it probably would depend on how often he interacts with this person.
Because I think she probably could figure out who it is. I don't interact with this person at all.
Yeah, that I would understand that.
That's
if
what
he
I
was
thought
like,
was going on. I thought he was
This
just
is why I didn't want to have this conversation. That's how rumors get started.
You started the conversation. What are you talking
I
about?
didn't start about me though. I wasn't involved. I was just trying to talk about y'all.
I can't say who it is. She walks by our house every day with her dog.
Thank you, Rob.
This is Ace and Friends.
Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and Richard is going to help you get out of credit card debt. And when he pulls your information, it will not your credit.
That's right.
Ding, it won't ding
yeah,
your credit.
no dinging, no dinging of the credit. We're going to find out and see what we can do for you, so you don't have to be bombarded by having a negative effect on your credit.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's a lot easier than you think. It all starts by going to homewithrichard.com, and they take care of the rest. It's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
When it comes to buying or selling a house, there are all kinds of people that can help you do that, but not like the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. They are so much more than just real estate salespeople. Find out by going to acetj.com/Temple team.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Ace and Friends.
Not that you've asked for it, but here's a quick 12-second piece of advice. That is pretty good advice.
No matter how sad their story is, don't let nobody move in your house, friend.
There you go.
I agree.
That's it.
That's pretty solid.
I like that.
That's
is
incredible advice.
One more time. It was kind of fast in case you missed it. It's pretty solid advice.
No matter how sad their story is, don't let nobody move in your house, friend.
Because that turns out to be problematic.
Yeah. Does that ever work out well?
I've never had it happen to me.
I haven't either.
It hasn't happened to me.
No.
The person I know has happened to has happened more than once.
Well,
I'm going to leave it at that.
The closest I've ever come to this was a friend of mine, a buddy of mine came to stay. When I lived in Birmingham. He came, but I knew when he came, like, he's probably going to be here a month, 6 weeks, something like that.
Oh.
So it was cool. We knew he was going to be there for a while, but I always knew he was going home because he didn't live there. He didn't live in Alabama. He lived in Louisiana.
And he had a home.
Yeah,
he had a place.
Yeah, he had a place to go to. He had a home. And I had another before we moved to Charlotte. Pete, our producer, lived with me and my now ex-wife at the time for about 3 weeks, maybe a month before we made that move, because he moved to join us, and then rather than get a place for a month because we were all about to move again.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never really dealt with that situation, but
it sounds like she has though.
I never hear good things about it. It seems like people move in and then they just don't move out.
I know.
Yeah, they start living rent free. They start eating all your food,
and then I would assume you decide to try to get some rent from them, and they're like, "Well, what's that?" They're offended that you would ask them for rent or for food money, all of which they should be doing anyway from the get-go.
Yeah.
You know,
then they bring bed bugs and they take drugs at your house. These are extreme examples, but it's examples like.
Did all those things happen to your friend Rob?
Yes.
Brought bed bugs?
Mm-hmm.
Dang,
and drugs?
Yep.
I could deal with the drugs. I can't deal with bed bugs. You do the drugs, that's on your own. That's your thing. But bed bugs, that's really bad.
Yeah, because that then infiltrates the entire house.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, it did.
How did he eventually, how did they get rid of this person?
Well, most of the time they just end up leaving.
Wait, the person just ends up leaving?
Yeah, because I think the hospitality ends, and they don't want to be there anymore when there's no more hospitality.
Okay.
Like they can't get it. Like this person's example, they quit buying food for them to be able to eat and mooch off of and all that kind of stuff. So they kind of got the idea that they weren't welcome anymore.
It was time for them to move along. Man.
Yep.
Yeah, but bed bugs.
That's the worst.
I'm still stuck on that. The whole bed bug thing.
Follow Ace and Friends on all social media platforms at Ace Cannon Media. More Ace and Friends coming up.
So our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies, is here, and he has helped us so many times through the years. And when it comes to mortgages, he's going to get you the best deal.
That's right. We are the best deal. And if you're under contract to buy a house, you should check us out. I mean, you're not going to. They never do. but we're the best deal.
But feel free, you should, and because we've used him for years for a variety of different things. Whatever you're needing, go to homewithrichard.com to get the process started, and they can take care of you from there. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
This is Ace and Friends.
We've been talking about, for a couple of days, artists who are overrated. And Beyonce seems to always jump to the top of that list with people who seem to be very upset with her. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're either a huge Beyonce fan or you're just not. it seems.
I think she's not. She is overrated, but she's still really, really good. I just think she's not as good as everybody thinks she is.
Yeah, good way to express that, Rob. I would kind of think the same way. I don't know that she's as good as everybody says, but she's still really good, I think. But give me somebody you think in life, artistically, that you think is underrated, that you think maybe should have been bigger. Is there anybody that pops into your mind? I'll give you mine, because I love his music. Gavin DeGraw.
Oh, he's good, yeah.
I don't want to be anything other than what I've been trying to be lately.
Yeah,
but when you hear a Gavin
really
DeGraw
good.
song still today, you're like, man, that's a good song.
He's really good.
That guy's a good songwriter. And I wish he'd had more success, because I think he should be still playing arenas.
Yeah.
I think one person I can think of artistically, she's a little more famous for her singing, is Halsey. But she's really good at like art. She did that thing on SNL that one time.
Yeah,
and I was very impressed. She's really, really good at.
I like musically. I like Halsey a lot. I'm trying to think of who else. Is there somebody that you go, man? They are kind of a. They had one hit or something. Should have been bigger.
Yeah, that's tough to say.
I think of somebody like that I loved at the time and still do love. Sean Mullins did a song called "Rockabye."
Yeah, I love that song.
Great song. His album is phenomenal. But the first time I heard it, you're like, that's the only hit on this album. I see why he got a 2-album deal.
Yeah.
They gave him, they knew they had a hit. And the rest of it, he's such an artist. He's a coffee shop singer.
Yeah.
He writes these phenomenal songs. They're great songs, but they're not hits. They're not made for radio. They're made to be played with an acoustic guitar and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Isn't that song though, like, other than the chorus, it's just kind of boring? Like,
I don't
chorus,
think so.
I think the chorus.
Where he's kind of like talking through the whole.
Yeah, it's kind of just talking. I mean,
in Fairfax.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was into that song, big time.
Yeah, me too. I loved that album, and then I bought the next one. It was like,
Didn't hit the same.
I think the next one sounded like he was trying to write some hits, and that's not what he does.
Yeah.
He captured lightning in a bottle with one, and I get the feeling somebody heard Lullaby and went, "Hang on a second, I'm gonna add a little beat to the bottom of that." He didn't write it that way; it just turned out that way.
Yeah.
Somebody helped him along with it, but then it sounded like the next album to me felt like he was trying to write hits.
Yeah.
And it's not what he does, and it's just kind of flat.
Yeah. That's a good one.
It's always fun to think about but I still think Gavin DeGraw should have been.
Yeah, I totally
should be
agree.
bigger.
He had all of his albums were really good,
And he's still doing well. Don't get me wrong. He's doing well. But to me, like, he should be playing, he should be playing arenas. His tour should be an arena tour all the time.
Yeah.
I just thought he was fantastic.
Yeah, maybe Charlie Puth. I feel like he should be bigger than he is.
Didn't Taylor Swift say that recently?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
agree.
He's a big name.
Yeah, he's big, but he's not as big as you
yeah,
think he would be or should be.
He should have had more hits. it
Yeah.
seems. Yeah.
You see all those things where he's making music on TikTok just off the top of his head, and you're like, what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
really
incredible.
talented. Yeah, I agree. That's a good example. Charlie Puth. Yeah, if you got one, hit us up at Ace Cannon Media. Somebody you think should have been, could have been bigger.
Follow Ace and Friends on all social media platforms at Ace Cannon Media. More Ace and Friends coming up.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Ace and Friends.
So yesterday on the show, we talked about how different my Friday was from Riggins. And based upon our ages, you would think these days would be reversed. So here's the rest of my afternoon today, Riggins. I got to leave here and go home and take care of the 11-month-old for about 4 hours because by myself, which is not a big deal, because Amanda's she's teaching a class and then has 2 clients that she's training. She's got that going on. So at some point, they got childcare at the gym. So I'll hit the gym and drop him at the childcare for an hour, hour and a half, that whole thing. Then we'll come back and hang out. And then in the afternoon, later in the afternoon, I've got to go to got a little child music class to go to. It's called
you're still doing that?
Kinder music. We've been on a break for 2 weeks. We start back up this week.
Oh, God, it's
4:30 in the afternoon.
Does he know any songs yet?
No.
They ain't teaching him the daggum songs?
Can't play a lick.
How? It's just like every week and it goes on for indefinitely?
Yeah, it seems that way.
Oh, my God.
Now, once he's walking on his own all the time, he'll transfer to a different class. So I don't know. It's,
what does walking have to do with the instruments?
It's tough go. It's every week, and it's a lot of traffic.
Yeah, at 4:30?
For an hour, 4:30 to 5:30.
You've got to be kidding.
It's part of it, though. It's good. He loves it. It's good for him.
It's part of what?
Just raising a kid.
Kinder music?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's what goes on. It's what you do.
Now, if he's playing like some Rammstein or something, that'd be amazing.
I do find it fascinating.
Yeah.
I want to know, and I've got to remember to ask her. The lady's name that does it is Miss Missy. She's real cool. Dax loves her. She's a very cool lady. But they play the songs and the kids dance, and a lot of us are just about movement and getting them acclimated to moving and just important things you can use throughout the week with them to help their skill set and their motor skills and everything. But every week at the end, we sing the goodbye song. Goodbye, goodbye, dear friends, goodbye. And then they call each kid by name and that whole thing, whatever. But as soon as that's over, she's like, okay, stamp everybody. The kids get a little stamp for the week. And then she just hits Ozzy. Crazy Train plays every week. Down,
sick.
Down, I.
That's dope.
Did she rip off the Bear in the Big Blue House?
Where does that come from? No, Rob. I just realized I was singing the wrong goodbye song.
Okay. I was like, that's copywritten material.
Yeah, I was singing Bear at the Big Blue House. That's the wrong goodbye song that we sang. No, for the record, for anybody involved in copyright lawsuit, it's not the Bear at the Big Blue House song. That's the
very
wrong
different.
One. The one we sing is like, goodbye, Riggins. Goodbye, Rob. Goodbye, Ace. Goodbye, my friend. Goodbye. Something like that.
She kicks off Crazy Train right after
then
that.
Right after that, man, it's like, all right, we'll see y'all next Tuesday. Don't. Don't. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I want to kick in a wall or something. Kinder music.
Follow Ace and Friends on all social media platforms at Ace Cannon Media. More Ace and Friends coming up.
Hey, radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ Family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.